Hey, happy holidays, guys. Just want to jump into it. We left off with tours yesterday, got sidetracked. Ended up doing like a live stream Christmas with my family from Chicago. Well, they're in Chicago, I'm in LA. Found out that my karmic twin flame soulmate rushed to get married and have a child after our relationship. So that was a huge fucking wall being knocked down slash download. Um, Thanks Mercury retrograde, but I do think that all things like that, information wise, come to light at the God given time and moment, and it's your job to like have the best, highest possible interpretation for yourself. Like, so my MO is always, no matter what, I'm happy, whole, and complete. That's my manifestation for my life. Good, solid. But I think that there was a lot of like, um, untangling the yarn for myself and, seeing where I think that person was damaged and where, God clears people out of your life that are not really for you. That person wasn't really for me. They were just for what they could get from me. And that's just somebody who's like sad and desperate and trying to rush into marriage because their friends are, and then have a kid because their friends are. Like, I don't work with that. I also don't work with like the mainstream that like just feeds on everything that the government tells them. So that was another problem. So yeah, but um, so yeah, I'm just focused on myself. I would say all the better for it, but I'm not trying to give credit to like a karmic as much as you know being proud of myself and my own true colors and what I really stand for, which is like spirituality, truth, what's really going on in this realm, as opposed to just running around mindlessly accruing more karma, you know, and passing that on to other generations. So, but this is for Gemini. So we're gonna pick. This is gonna be first reading of the day. So we like to pick up a lot of general energies as well. So cross watchers definitely apply, as always with all my videos. But mainly just Gemini. Spirit guaranteed to 11 highest possible messages. Follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna get to 1K. If you want to learn how to read tarot professionally, I'm live streaming on YouTube here at Running Gun Tarot. So catch me there. I have YouTube courses available to learn how to read tarot professionally. Small one-time payments, gain access to the courses live or pre-recorded, or if you would just like a one-on-one read for $2 a minute. If you're not a Gemini, like I said, you can apply this in general or to your third house. I'm going to be showing the cards to both cameras. I got a laptop down here too, so this is about how it looks if I just show it to the laptop down here. But I usually like to keep it up to. Five Swords in Reverse, this is a bridge. I think it could be interpreted as a bridge to the past, closure, a bridge to the future. I just mentioned Mercury retrograde, where you would probably encounter looking back to see what's going on. The Three of Wands in the upright, this is an air of looking to the future. So the future's so bright is how it's coming across here. Um, Six of Swords in the upright, or in the reverse, excuse me. This is an air of internal peace, internal alchemy. Okay, settling the waters within yourself, which I think is kind of like quiet time season overall. And especially now when things are getting revealed during the full moon. I was trying to contemplate about the full moon because I do feel like it was somewhat of a bombshell. I don't want to say salt on the wound, but the full moon does illuminate the sign of Cancerian, which is like the household, right? The fourth house. Um, and so I'm just trying to. I was actually. It's like four. What is it? 5 in the morning. I was just looking out the window in LA. It's 5 a.m. at the time of this recording, and I'm looking at the full moon, and I'm just trying to understand, you know, where because I think the human in me wants to be jaded, but I know better, so I won't allow myself with that bombshell of information about my karmic TF. Um, but I think it's more so an illuminating moment so that you can finally close the door and move forward. Um, But I work, as well as many of you, work in the 5D. So, for example, that person that I'm referring to, they had moved on like months, like 6 months after our relationship, and then rushed into the marriage 8 months later, and then a kid like 5, 6 months later, or whatever, however the math broke down that same year, following year. Um, Meanwhile, I'm not looking, I'm not checking in on them. I'm just living my best life, doing my whole spirituality thing. Um, And when I do look at them, what is it now? 2 years later, essentially, um, I was from the mindset of like, oh, would this relationship even open back up or come back around or whatever? And come to find out, this person has this whole kind of like rushed through karmic situation that they're accumulating, you know, rushing into marriage, kids, all that stuff. Um, And so it was completely the opposite. I think that that's what happens when you deal with someone who's like emotionally damaged and narcissistic and just trying to get what they want from the situation to fulfill their kind of like um, unhealthy narrative. So it presents itself as a polar opposite from where I am, which is thinking, oh, maybe this could work. Um, so I think that that's noteworthy and interesting. But if anything, it just really informs the fact or illuminates the fact that this person was never about me. They were just about their own delusions. And then, furthermore, I wouldn't say that it's fulfillment because I already had self fulfillment. I didn't need any answers, or I already did that work. But it was more just this illumination in the 3D, at least, of. I was actually relieved when I heard all this information because I was actually at the point of like, oh, okay, now I could like move on. I don't have to like try to save anyone. Not that I was ever in that onus or that under that boulder of responsibility, but it was more so like I had the option still in my world because I didn't know that she had done all that stuff. So, but I was relieved almost when I saw that she kind of rushed. Not that I was relieved that she accumulated all this karma, but that okay, now that's never going to be an option for me. So in a weird way, I was relieved, in a good way because it felt good to be honest. To be like, oh, okay, I don't have to worry or think of that as being a doorway moving forward as an option. Whereas before, since the retrograde, I thought it was an actual option to go back, but this person dug themselves such a deep hole that that's not even a possibility. So more clarity is what I was kind of given. Uh, and I'm assuming that that's what the point of the full moon was. Anything else about this full moon? I mean, Three of Cups in the reverse is coming out of the third party situation in the reverse. So that could be that, what we're speaking to as well. Like officially in the 5D, where like you're seeing that this is not an option. This is a non option. Anything else about that full moon? Yeah, so it's like it allows you to be more decisive moving forward. Again, not that you were like stopping your life, but more so just like, okay, that's one less door that I have to calculate. Like full system go, I know where I'm going. This is particular in the realm of like relationship, and so take it if you are sharing a similar situation. It could be career for you, but point being is that the moon is illuminating one less option, closed door, so now you don't have to consider that, and that's a good thing. It's relief because if anything, it gives you more kind of initiative to want to go full bore in what you're manifesting, which is thematically what all we've been talking about, like kicking a dead horse for the past couple weeks. Page of Pentacle in the reverse. Okay. Right. Anything else? Anything else here, Spirit? Yeah, this is just a redoubling of like your manifestation. If anything, it's underscoring and freeing you up from any distraction, which I think is a good thing because I think that Christmas moment was the perfect time. Um, to kind of reassess and readjust. So I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Let's roll on over.